please remain standing for the national anthem. Candidates and guests, please be seated. Good evening, and thank you for coming to our 54th commencement on this lovely first evening of summer. My name is Cheryl Roberts, and I serve as the president of Shoreline Community College, and it's my deep pleasure to welcome you all to our ceremony this evening. Before we begin, I'd like to make a brief safety announcement. In the event of an emergency, we ask that you evacuate to the nearest exit. The front half of the gym, you would exit through the north doors right behind me, and the south end of the gym would exit through the doors that you entered. For our families and friends today, we ask that you refrain from standing in the back, as this is an emergency pathway and must remain clear. There are going to be many, many opportunities for you to photograph your graduate throughout the ceremony. Now, I would like to begin our ceremony with 3 welcomes. Welcome to our graduates. Welcome to your family and friends. And of course, welcome to your Shoreline Community College family who are here to celebrate you today. Graduation is a time where traditions of academic excellence are carried on, not just from year to year, but from generation to generation. Since 1895, U.S. colleges and universities have followed a strict uniform code that specifies the correct type of dress for each degree. Each satin hood, each stripe of velvet, each cap signifies a milestone in the person's learning. Students and faculty used to wear this regalia not just for commencement, but to class. Think about sitting through your classes in the gown that you're wearing this evening. Hard to imagine. What this means, though, is that at commencement ceremonies across the country, whether you're at Harvard or University of Washington, Washington State University, or Shoreline, you will see the same type of regalia being worn. So I want to impress upon you that you're a part of something large, a tradition of recognizing achievement and learning. You earn this. Enjoy. My heart is certainly full as I look out and see over 320 of you receiving diplomas, certificates, and degrees. I see 320 stories of success. I also see hundreds of family members, relatives, and friends who have helped you along the way. You are truly blessed to have so much support today and throughout your education at Shoreline. Our Board of Trustees, faculty, staff, and administrators Celebrate your success too. What a privilege it's been for Shoreline to be part of your journey. You've passed through the joy of early morning classes, papers, those group assignments, midterms, and finals, all in anticipation of this achievement today. Congratulations. Although these historical traditions are important, there is a deeper meaning at work here. It is at these times that you need to pay attention. You need to pay attention to the messages that this achievement has shaped in your life. As a child, I had an opportunity to meet Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. when he came to our home in Atlanta, Georgia. He came there to meet my parents, but I got a chance to talk to him too. He knew of my dad and the role he had played as a Tuskegee Airman in World War II, as well as the role he played desegregating the Air Force as a squadron leader of one of the first integrated squadrons during the Korean War. And he wanted to learn from that experience. To say the least, it was a transformative visit for my dad, my family, and for me. That visit, along with the values and actions of my family, shaped my life and work even today. And so this evening I want to share with you some poignant words from Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, which speaks to the power each of you has in making a difference. Everyone can be great because anyone can serve. All it requires is a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. As you sit here this evening, I know there are many of you willing to serve, willing to lead. People with hearts full of grace and souls generated by love. Your track record here at Shoreline makes this clear, but of course, there is more to do. So I challenge each of you to look for things you can do, small or large, one time or long term, comfortable or uncomfortable, things that will allow you to share your heart and your talents in your communities. Let's all look for ways to serve and ways to lead. The world needs you and is waiting for you to come, to care, to dream, and to succeed. Thank you again for choosing Shoreline as part of your journey of self-discovery, the place where you learned to engage, to achieve. Because everyone can be great, because anybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. This evening, we are honored to have members of our Board of Trustees here today. Our board members devote countless hours to their responsibilities as trustees. I ask our trustees to stand as I call your name. Mr. Philip Barrett. Dr. Catherine D'Ambrosio. Mr. Tom Lux. And Ms. Clara Pelham. I want to thank you so much for your unwavering belief in our faculty, staff, and students. Your leadership helps guide the great work we do in support of each other and the students we teach and serve each day. With me on stage this evening is Dr. Douglas Jackson, Chair of the Board of Trustees. Let me tell you a little bit about Dr. Jackson. He was appointed to the Board of Trustees at Shoreline Community College in February of 2015 and appointed in October 2017. Dr. Jackson is a clinical professor at the University of Washington School of Dentistry, where he is the director of the Health Professions Academy for undergraduate students from historically underrepresented backgrounds who are pursuing healthcare careers. He also serves as a member of the Board of Directors of the YWCA of King and Snohomish Counties and a strategic advisor of the Pacific Hospital Preservation and Development Authority in Seattle. I'm honored to present Board Chair Dr. Douglas Jackson.
Thank you, Dr. Roberts. On behalf of the Board of Trustees of Shoreline Community College, I'm really pleased to welcome all of you to this very special occasion, an event that not only signifies new beginnings, but it's also representing years of our graduates' hard work. To the class of 2018, thank you. Thank you so very much for being a part of the Shoreline Community College family. Each of you has contributed to making the college a vibrant community, and we wish each of you the best as you embark on your new path. Congratulations. It is my pleasure now to introduce Dr. Allison Stevens. Dr. Stevens is Executive Vice President for Student Learning and Success.
Thank you, Chair Jackson, for your words and for your leadership. And thank you to everyone here today. My name is Allison Stevens, and I serve as Executive Vice President for Student Learning and Success. You may have wondered about the banners that were carried in by faculty members Leslie Potter Henderson and John Tankersley. They are known as gonfalons, and the tradition of these banners dates back to ancient Rome times. These banners proclaim the values that ground us as we move through life. The banner on my right represents the illumination and enlightenment that results when a hand holds high the lamp of learning. The banner on my left depicts symbols of a college education at Shoreline. The open book represents the humanities and social sciences. The symbol of the atom represents the sciences and professional technical programs. The crossed scrolls and caps symbolize this special occasion. At this time, we would like to recognize the faculty of Shoreline Community College, hundreds of hardworking professionals that have dedicated themselves to your education. I invite the faculty to stand if able and be recognized. Thank you. I would also like to recognize the staff and administrators who work alongside our faculty to ensure that operations at the college run smoothly. Could I ask staff and administrators, whether in the seating on the floor or in the stands, to please stand if able and be recognized. Thank you. Our student speaker, Malia Woodley, studied communications at Shoreline. Initially, she'd planned to get a general AA degree, but then she discovered an interest in studying the human race and patterns of socialization, and turned her attention to communication studies. She credits a softball scholarship offered by Coach Ben Reindel for what initially brought her to Shoreline at just the right time when she was unsure of her next step in that last year of high school. And once she enrolled at Shoreline, she took on her studies at full force. Malia received the Rick Kaminsky Memorial Scholarship in her first year and found that as she pursued her studies, a world of opportunity opened up to her. She was accepted into the Honors College at Shoreline and continued to earn additional accolades, including joining the Phi Theta Kappa Honor Society and being selected as a member of the 2018 All-Washington Academic Team. Outside of her academic classes, Malia earned a personal training certification and works as a personal trainer, helping her clients create positive changes in their lives. After graduation, she plans to continue her education in communications in California, where she would also like to pursue her dream of becoming an actress. Please join me in welcoming student speaker Malia Woodley to the podium.
Thank you, Dr. Stevens. Good evening, friends, family, and graduates of 2018. As I look around the room and see the faces of our graduating class and reflect on the hard work that we put in to make it to this very moment, it makes me think back to how I got here. As I was entering my senior year of high school, I had no idea how I was going to attend college. And a huge part of my identity has been affiliated with playing softball, but that's not the only thing that I do. I grew up living with my mom and my brother and went to a school where I was only one of roughly 10 black students out of the 1,400 that were enrolled. I often butted heads with my teachers because I had a very large presence in the classroom, and it always seemed like I was being penalized for being myself. They were so much different from me, and I felt like I was always being misunderstood. There was one year where I went to detention more than 15 times, mostly for talking too much, laughing too loudly, and challenging ideas. And there were some phenomenal instructors that I am grateful for, but it was a tough 4 years to get through. I remember one time where I went to my advisors to ask about the Running Start program, and they discouraged me from pursuing the idea because they said it would be a waste of time. There was always a target on my back and an obstacle that I had to overcome in order to get through my education. At the time, I didn't make the connection between the lack of confidence that I had in myself and the lack of confidence that some of my educators had in me. And I often battled with these thoughts in my head that told me that I wasn't good enough or smart enough to do what I knew I was capable of. And throughout my high school experience, I felt so shut down and defeated that I drove myself into episodes of anxiety and depression. But luckily, I've been able to pick myself back up time and time again and surround myself with truly supportive role models. I had to keep going. I had to keep my head up and remember that it was all going to be okay. I looked forward to the day that I was going to graduate high school because I was excited about the chance I would have to make a new name for myself. And near the very end of my senior year, everything started to blossom. I received a letter about a softball camp that was taking place in the Seattle area, and I knew I had to go. I didn't know how much it was going to cost, where exactly it was, who was going to be there, but I knew that I had to go, and thank God I did. I met my coach, Ben Reindl, and was then offered a scholarship to come play softball here at Shoreline. And it was such a good feeling to have signed my letter of intent and have somewhere to continue my journey, but it didn't stop there. A few months later, I was told that I was receiving a college-bound scholarship that would grant me tuition at any school in Washington. I was so overwhelmed that everything had started falling into place, and I am proud to say that today I will end up graduating with my associate's degree fully funded. Thank you. And wow, what a decision I made to attend this great campus. And what a decision we all made to come to Shoreline. This is the most diverse campus I have ever seen, and it's not just by the color of our skin, but we make up so many different interests, personalities, backgrounds, and life experiences. And Shoreline's motto is, your journey starts here, and this is only the beginning. I've learned so much since I've been here, and it's the first school that I've really felt accepted, appreciated, and encouraged to be myself. I've learned from Rachel David and Ernest Johnson that our societal issues are systemic and we have to change our patterns of thinking in order to create change. I've learned from Brooke Zimmers that your own identity doesn't make the ways in which you are oppressed better or worse than someone else. I've learned from Diana Knopf that an IQ test doesn't determine how smart you are. I wrote a paper on the food industry in Davis Oldham class, and I've been a vegetarian ever since. And most importantly, I've learned from Don Christensen that each and every one of us perceives the world in our own unique way. And that's the beauty about our class. We are all so different from one another. I've met single moms, Running Start students, LGBTQ students, Black, white, Asian, Latino students, and these aren't the only thing that make us who we are. We all belong and deserve this achievement. Each one of us has come from a different walk of life, but Shoreline made it possible for all of us to be here today. So keep setting goals for yourself, keep pushing yourself, and keep wanting more. Not everyone gets the chance to attend college, but here at Shoreline, among all of our struggles, battles, hardships, our administration and teachers have steered us toward the path of success. And on that path, there are more struggles, battles, and hardships to come, but there is also infinite reward to look forward to. We are great people who are destined to do great things, and we have to believe that. We have to believe in ourselves like we believe in each other. And it's hard to not get down. It's hard to get down on yourself when life doesn't happen the way that you imagine it. But don't be afraid to take risks just because you're afraid of failure. It's okay to try something new and suck at it. We don't have to compare ourselves to other people because we'll find true happiness and success when we don't try to be somebody else. And I'm happy when I get to be myself. And I want to thank everyone that has been a part of my life for building me up, giving me support, and showing their love. I want to thank my teammates for all the memories we shared, my coach for recruiting me, the faculty for believing in me, the Honors College for being some of my biggest fans, and most importantly, my mom for being the biggest, no, the best mom I could ever ask for. So graduates, make sure to never forget where you come from, who made you who you are today, and remember to thank those people for everything. And to conclude with one of my favorite quotes from Mahatma Gandhi, be the change that you want to see in the world. Thank you.
Thank you, Malia, for inspiring us. The hard part is saying goodbye to all of you. Dr. Kira Winstrom teaches zoology and human anatomy and physiology in Shoreline's biology department. She graduated summa cum laude with a BS in biology from Oregon State University in 1991. After graduation, she studied the behavioral neurobiology of whiptail lizards at the University of Texas in Austin, where she received her PhD in 1997. She spent 4 years at the University of Washington as a postdoctoral associate, studying the neuroendocrinology of song in the white-crowned sparrow before taking a position as associate professor of biology at the University of Arkansas in Little Rock. She joined the biology faculty at Shoreline in fall of 2005 and received tenure in spring 2008. Please join me in welcoming faculty speaker Kira Winstrom to the podium.
When I was invited to be the faculty speaker, I thought about what I might uniquely have to share with you. I wanted it to be personal, something that came out of my own experience, and I wanted it to be something that I truly believed in. Heavy stuff. I kept coming back to a particular story, though, which I like to call what I learned from playing 484 hours of Oblivion on my Xbox 360. I love video games, and Oblivion was a game that I really got hooked on. It's one of the ultimate open world games. There's a huge map to explore, and you can interact with almost everything you see. You build your character's skills through actions you take in the world. In effect, you get more powerful just by indulging your curiosity. It was early in the game, and I was looking for ways to skill up in activities that I didn't really enjoy, like hand-to-hand combat. And I thought, maybe I could have some combat with a rock or something, and then I could avoid having to go out and seek out strangers just to punch them. So I ventured out of the Imperial City, and I tried punching things. I punched a wall, and I punched a tree, and I punched a fence, but nothing was working. And I was about to give up on my plan when I noticed that I was standing near a stable, and there were a few horses outside. And I thought to myself, what happens if I try it on something, with a face? So I think I should remind you that this was a video game. The horse was not real, okay? So I punched the horse, and it worked. Yeah, my skill went up. So far, so good. So I kept punching, and just when this started to seem like a viable plan, I learned several important things. First, horses, although normally very tame and friendly toward humans in Oblivion, when punched repeatedly become extremely aggressive. Second, if you're a low-level character like I was, an angry horse can do a lot of damage to you. Third, horses can run really fast, much faster than you can. So at this point, the only thing I could think of was to run into the lake. I didn't know if horses in the game could swim, but I figured if it was busy trying to swim, at least it would have to stop attacking me. So I'll plead the fifth on the fate of that particular horse. But my character survived, and I came away with valuable information. I tell this story because it's become a kind of a metaphor for me. It's always been very natural for me to ask, I wonder what happens if... It's part of why I went into science in the first place. I was curious about animals, and I wondered how they communicated, and I wondered how their brains worked and how they thought. And really, science is just a very formal way of looking at the world and saying, I wonder, and then taking a step to try to find out. And it's incredibly powerful. If you can see, thanks to eyeglasses or contact lenses, if you've got a smartphone in your pocket, if you or someone you love has been treated for an infection or for diabetes or for cancer, all of that is possible because someone, somewhere, noticed something about the world and said, I wonder, and then did something about it. Scientists may be a particularly dedicated and systematic group of wonderers, but I wonder is for everyone. Remember how I started this talk? No one would say that playing Oblivion on your Xbox for a ridiculous amount of time is science, but I was absolutely indulging my sense of wonder. As children, we're curious about everything. Everything is new and interesting. We play and we explore, and that is how we learn about the world. Over time, though, that changes. Parents get tired of answering 1,000 questions a day. Maybe you had teachers who prioritized order over inquiry, or mistook silence for respect. Or maybe you had friends who made fun of you for asking too many weird questions. It definitely happens that as we get older, we stop asking about the world in the same way we used to. Maybe you are one of those students who's more comfortable listening than asking, but I promise that your sense of wonder hasn't disappeared. You're probably just out of practice. You can start again at any time. You just need to notice when you have a question. Notice tiny things, and then notice that you're noticing. I wonder why that bird is pecking at the sidewalk, or I wonder what's on the other side of that wall, or I wonder what happens if I take a left here instead of a right. Notice yourself wondering, and then if you can, take a step toward finding out. Stop and watch the bird. Go around and look at the other side of the wall. Take that left turn. The satisfaction you'll get, the pleasure of finding out, it stays with you. It becomes a habit. Things you learn because you wondered about them, they become a part of you. There are a lot of reasons why wonder is important, but let me share just 2 of them with you. First, because wondering brings you deep learning. It makes you more alive to your own experiences. It makes you mindful. It leads you to new places and new encounters that will bring you joy. Your curiosity makes you more powerful. Second, and perhaps more selfishly, because the world needs your questions. It needs your curiosity. We need the people, the scientists, yes, but also the artists and the writers and the mechanics and the counselors and the architects and the nurses who are going to ask, I wonder what happens if we try this. I wonder what happens if we do it differently. Those questions are the source of all innovation, of more meaningful art, of more powerful words, greener automobiles, safer buildings, healthier people. So I want you to prioritize wonder. Indulge your curiosity. Go ahead and punch some metaphorical horses, even if it means you risk run into a lake. Keep playing like you did as a child. Keep asking, even if it's uncomfortable. Above all, keep wondering. Thank you.
Thank you for your words, Dr. Wenstrom. At this time, I would like to share with you some of our students' perspectives on their time at Shoreline. Please join me in watching this short video.
Hey guys, we are the event coordinators. I'm Sayeda Nabila.
I'm Michael. Sorry. I'm so sorry. I was thinking about the last slide. I'm sorry.
Hey guys,
We hope that we see you in one of our events.
in all of our events.
In all of our events. Oh my gosh. Hold on. We're glad that you'll
You
all...
will be joining us?
Yeah. We're...
I have learned to be strong and be very confident. I was a very shy person. I never used to talk in the classes or with any people. I wasn't a social person, but working over here and going to the classes and even the smallest discussion groups and classes encouraged me to talk and start giving my opinion and listening to others and understanding what I wanted and how to respect others' opinions and everything. I just learned how to be confident. That was the biggest part for me.
My name is Jake Powell, and I'm studying fine arts. You know, going from being a military person or a military service member into being a civilian isn't the easiest thing, and that involves a lot of growth within yourself. So I love creating art. Like, it's just the therapeutic value of it. I think one of my biggest inspirations has got to be my son. I did a whole painting series on just my son. I have the knowledge, I have the skills, I have the resources to be able to be successful. So commencement for me is more about getting over that first step and now going into bigger things.
My name is Yoran Angari. I moved here as an international student from Indonesia. I've changed so much. I came here when I was 16 years old. As ASG president, one of the most important things that I have really learned is to acknowledge the community around you and acknowledge the people who are with you on the same boat and actually be a part of it. If you let yourself branch out the way I did when I started tutoring students, if you just let yourself take a chance, like you've taken a chance at this college, taking classes and actually succeeding in them to the point that you graduate, you can take on the world if you come out there with the same mindset. Just branch out, be ready, because you have had this experience to let you be ready.
So my name is Amro Khabash and I am finishing an associate degree in entrepreneurship. So I am actually an international student who was born and raised in Jordan. I am graduating this quarter. I'm finishing with an entrepreneurship degree, just like I imagined myself doing just before coming to the US. So it's just like I pictured myself going to the graduation, and here I am going to it 3 years later, or like 3 years and a half. So it was fear before coming, and as soon as I came here, it turned into excitement to explore a new city, to meet new people, to make new friends, and to get out of my comfort zone basically and accomplish more than what I thought I would accomplish. I ended up being an international student who won a regional entrepreneurship competition, so I came like a long way. Even people here at Shoreline would tell you that, and people that know me from back home would also tell you that. So I learned a lot, and I learned a lot about who I am and about what kind of person I have the potential to be also.
My name is Markeisha Redmond, and I am studying business technology. Before Shoreline, I was in a really dark place in my life, and I was homeless with both of my kids, and I didn't know what I wanted to do. I thought that after I had a child that I wouldn't be able to do the things that I want to do in life as far as opening a business or just being as successful as a person who goes to college without kids. But it's just not true, and you can do it, and if I can do it, I feel like we all can. Shoreline has a good way of helping you find confidence within yourself and helping you see that you can be something and you can go on and start a really good life for yourself and your family.
We contribute significantly to the improvement of student life by preparing.
After Shoreline Community College, I'll be going to University of Washington at Bothell to pursue my goal to become a cardiologist.
We contribute significantly to the improvement.
My plans for after graduation is going to be to make a name for myself in the art world.
Oh, now? Was that the action?
I'm planning to study food technology in a 4-year university.
Sorry. Baby, you can't be taking videos.
Life is always about learning, so you can always go to school and learn and implement, or you can just learn from life and implement.
By planning and organizing events.
Planning and organizing.
Yeah.
After Shoreline, I'm going to transfer to the Foster School of Business and open my own business.
As well as our Sunfest and Talent Show. Well, we hope to see you guys there. Good timing. Yes. We lit, yo!
Hello. I hope you have enjoyed this little glimpse of Shoreline. You can tell it's the people, it's our students. At the end of the academic year, not only provides us with an opportunity to celebrate our graduates, but also recognize the contributions of faculty members who are retiring after years of service to the college. Each year, a few of our retiring faculty are awarded Professor Emeritus status to mark their distinguished service at Shoreline. Would the following faculty members please stand if able? Corky Budnick, nursing. Ellen Cadwell, health informatics and information management. Melinda Lane, dental hygiene. Judy Penn, biology. Lori Stevens, nursing. Lynn Von Schlieder, nursing. Amar Yawawi, chemistry. These faculty members have earned the title of Professor Emeritus in recognition of their many contributions to student learning. Thank you for your wonderful years of service.
Each year, Shoreline Community College recognizes students who have earned the respect of peers and employees based on their exemplary service to the college. Would the following students please stand if able? Carlos Amesco, Jr. Nam Ho Hai Pham. Jonathan Lee McEdward. Ibrahim Mohammed Osman. Jake Ryan Powell. And Marie Antoinette Zapanta. These students have distinguished themselves by helping their fellow students and others in the communities the college serves and supports. These 6 students have each received a plaque, and their names will be added to a perpetual plaque in the Student Life Office. Thank you for your service to Shoreline and to our diverse communities.
It's become a traditional part of our commencement to review the makeup of our graduating class. Let's find out a little bit more about our candidates. This class represents 3 generations who add to the Shoreline experience. Would the class of 2018 please stand if able? Now, everyone pay attention. If you are 18 years old or younger, please be seated. Okay? If you are 19 to 49 years old, please be seated. If you are 50 years or older, please remain standing. We want to recognize these candidates and all of our candidates because pursuing your dreams, whatever your age, takes courage and commitment. Thank you so much. You may be seated. Will those candidates who have served our country in the military either before or during their time at Shoreline please stand if you're able? Thank you for your service. You may be seated. Those receiving diplomas, certificates, or degrees today, please stand if able. That should be all of you, I think. All right. Thank you so much. You may be seated. All right. It's my pleasure to recognize our graduates who have attained exemplary scholarship, graduating with a cumulative grade point average of 3.9 or higher. These individuals are known as the President's Scholars, and their names are listed at the beginning of the program. Please stand if able. President's Scholars, please stand if able. I also ask our Shoreline Scholars to join you. Please stand if you're able, our Shoreline Scholars. All right. Thank you all. You may be seated. Will the graduates from the Honors College at Shoreline please stand if able? These students have completed challenging coursework in a supportive learning community. Those wearing the medallions with green and gold ribbons have also completed an individual research project in addition to their honors coursework. Thank you. You may be seated. Now to parents, relatives, and friends and mentors who have provided extraordinary help and support. Please stand if able so we can show our appreciation and recognition for all you've done to help these candidates transform their lives. Please stand as able so we can recognize you. This is a heartfelt thank you. You all may be seated as well. And thank each of you for helping us take this special look at Shoreline's 2018 graduating class.
Now, one more time, would all of our degree and certificate candidates please rise? That's all of you. President Roberts, subject to the completion of all requirements as prescribed by the faculty of Shoreline Community College and the regulations of the state of Washington, I present these candidates for the awarding of degrees and certificates.
Thank you so much, Dr. Stevens. I know many family and friends will be interested in taking pictures of your graduate. If you wish to do so, please stand outside the stanchions to allow the graduates to pass as they receive their diplomas, certificates, and degrees. Professional photographers will take pictures of students as they walk onto the stage, as well as during their time receiving their certificate, degree. There will be also more opportunities at the Pagoda Union Building, which we affectionately call the Pub, and after the ceremony. So now, librarian Leslie Potter Henderson will announce the names of our graduates. And our board chair, Dr. Douglas Jackson, will also assist in helping to present diplomas, certificates, and degrees.
Walter Brian Schaefer. Kyosho J. Picanso. Henry Hicks. Benny Elkins IV. Melina E. Massey. Sofia Amador Guevara. Steve Riviera Palomo. Macy Hickendorn. Nicole I. Hansen. Sabrine M. Abdi. Audrey Cook. Brandon Cook. Rowan Duane. Max Von Sanford. Marissa Hecker. Riley Jones. Olivia Watts. Eric D. Nelson. Josefina Nelson. Kylie Buell. Karina Wallace. Nika Nelam. Irini Bonham. Veronica Dizard. Aiden Beam. Isabella Stauffer. Alvin David Lapati. Unshan Tai. Paul R. Villaranaha. Alyssa Korth. Aisha Fayaz. Nikonis Nimki White the Great. Timothy Eugene Ruff. Tierno Diallo. Kun Che. Mahalet Habtu Tefeste. Screw that one up. Suman Sharitha Pradhan. Luis Vincencio. Ambro Habash. Eugenia Esther O. Charlie May Hodur. Markeisha M. Redmond. Yvette H. Marie. Diane D. Kern. Zara Mobakari. Kathleen Ann Keith. Zara Larry D. Lively. Eberth Arias. Francisco Edan Ibarra. Joanne Elizabeth Jamerson. Molly D. Lally. Ethan David Svensson. Hagen DeBretley Tanner. We gotta work something out here. Okay. Maria Susan Young. Sarah Porhorgban. Shannon B. McGovern. Cassidy Aaron Hunter. Maureen N. Okenwa. Sarah Ali Osman. Nicole LeMay Steinbach. Nicole M. Edgar. Betty A. Harris. Tabitha Christie Wood. Alicia Ruth Seibert. Aaron D. Richards. Samantha Lee. Rumana A. Gilo. Sarah E. Reed. Brenda Jean Kiefer. Hannah Michelle Saka. Marie Venus Hughes. Raymond Carl Waugh. Von Trun. Mark Tenadabuth. Jonathan Lee McEdward. Brittany Nicole Butler. Alexander Bryden Sheely. Case Orion Macklin. Trevor Lee Waldschmidt. Christian Alpine Gunning. Francis J. Madrazo. Jordan Michael Perman. Carlos Amezcua, Jr. Griffin J. Rydeen. Cody Michael Stidham. Gerard David Millman. Isaiah G. Koshko. Jonathan C. Mantello. Rebecca Jean Huffaker. Christian Castellanos. Kyle Riano Poblet. Tay. Carolina Jimenez. Brian M. Resley. Sean Alexander Hines. Crystal Lynn Drama. Sierra Liu. Yan Ting Tang. San Ming Ho. Tariq Sayakhan Satrayo. Harold Hussein Milhilman. Wilton Sutarde. Sarah Michelle Rohde. Chloe A. Geyer Mafun. Emma Louise Parkinson. Augustine Okenwa. Thorloff Axel Peterson. Carly Rohde. Jake Ryan Powell. Kayla Suzanne Grow. Daniel J. Lombardo. Mohammed Mahdi Al-Gahazi. Colleen Elizabeth Miller. Medine Her. Saida Fatima. Jong Chun Dai. Lovina Angela Sujo Abdi. Nana Paz Mwen Parasiti. Thank you. Hikari Akasaki. Okay. Good. Tell me. Natalie Alfelicia Supatra. Yoren Angari. Lin Ki Jong. Haoshin Liu. Thayer Imrazik. Just Joshua P. Ladrun. Yikang Lu. Mario Leonardo Bami. Mark Allen Thomas. Seul Hee Lee. Tao Tran. Nam Pham. Chi Chung Wang. Enju Audrey Wibawa. Tamron Tandra. Billy Halim. David Sayaputra. Shoreline Rosalinda. Alexi Dimitri Gardiner. Philip Nokovich. Tyler Hanthorn. Waleed Tofik. Yurida Astorga Sahagun. Adelisam Teresa Kelke. Lee. Ramiro Oriano Guzman. Calquiden Testafe Desta. Samhar Testafera Miriam. Gannett Techley. Mbet Ijuju Moreda. Awa Mabai. Mikonan Atefanu Mashisha. Miranda Rosemarie Sullivan. Cherie Nicole Coleman. Nicole. Tessa M. Watanabe. PJ Michael Obalde Guzman. Terrence Andrew Bishop. Keitra S. Jones. Emma Nigarege. Cornel Nagoy. Amar Ali. Kira Lynch. Cheyenne L. Cromer. Lucy Janelle Brandt. Michael J. Andres. Connor Emil Hayes. Ashray Thapa. Sarah Ann Coe. Marcus Latour Jacobs. Riley Stewart Kemp By. Prani Dush Tonte. Ariane Faye T. Gonzalez. Amal Ali Omer. Teresa Nicole Haldeman. Gonzalo A. Vasquez Guevara. Jessica M. Hansen. Nicole Loretta Camerot Stanton. Casey J. Daniels. Fiona C. Troth. Aletha Nicole Surowick. Damian J. Silver. Shelby Lee Wade. Haley Grant. Elise Delano Spromberg. Amy Wen. Chelsea Yip Z. Juan. Kum Hu Chiun. Aliyah Alieva. Tunaya Winata. Undram Dashjamat. Aaron F. Heslip. Nathan John Filosi. Alexander J. Shea. Michaela Orpila Sullivan. Chandler Jordan Kiopani. Aria Tiposothi. Connor Michael T. Decker A. Evleth. Taylor Michelle Jacobson. Rim T. Solomon. Christy Nina Herr. Hugh Chang Lee Sabrina. Zoe Chen. Adam Graves. Lauren Taylor Jackson. Brandy M. Byers. Francis Jean Dixon. Miku Takahashi. Manaka Kakizaki. Samantha Victor. Safina Eve Mariano. Russell Wayne Humphreys. Kwok Dong Lu. Moya M. Longmire. Shelley Storm Kruckenberg. Quan Tat Lam. Ting Yu Lin. Chi Jiao. Pei Yao Lu. Kwan Hoi Chim. Guan Yun Pang. Rianne Joy Pagdilaw. Eugenie Natalie Wong. Giovanni Agnasta Wong. Chelsea Maureen. Kazuhiro Kuramitsu. Adeline Octavanti Sujen. Hee Wong Song. Kritawat Patramak Mikanon. Marie Antoinette Zappanata. Bing Hong Zhu. Jung Yong Yu. Duncan Lee James Cull. Kimberly Alexandra Lash. Jessie Ann Wolfe. Jinhee Jeong. Yuzia Zhang. Xiao Zheng. Maya Diavia. Luigi F. Shancafe. Mary Chen. Hwang Vao. Yuen Win. Michael Israel Komala. Heidi Lau. Yan Yi Lee. Man Ho Chu. Chani Deepra Oracharn. Natasha Malia Myers. Sarah Talib Alamali. Liliana Mendoza. Jessica May Parker. Emmanuel Ochoa. Mo Zah. Harris Mohammed Hussein. Nadir El Hamwawi. Hussam Himo. Yating Chow. Sejia Meng. Yuhen Wu. William Howard Griffith V. Logan Alexander Hankinson. Dale L. Baker. Yat Lee Chow. Chu Yen Shi. Yu Li Wu. Richard Yu. Yuen Han. Junie Wang. Rick Chuang. Lei Wu. Ruixing Yi. Mitchell Richards Wiggins. Dumitri Robu. Kristen Avila Talavera. Zhezong Pang. Helen M. Mallory. Emily Anna Woodwell. Rovel Javon Theon. Gregorius Kenny Chahaya. Sherry Eurystillion. Andrea Carlene Chin. Brian Tahanadi Chandra. Felix Lee. Fiona Elvine Hono. Felica Eileen. Sharon Angela Gunawan. Edward Halim. Stephanie Setadharma. Alicia Saputra. Krishna Aditya Surodoho. Balkia Raman. Ma Chu. Rachel Marcia Satewan. Graciela Bella April Quinten. Stephen Permana. Miranda Nicole Gillis. Geraldine Kahila Pasoquen. Fahia Mohammed. Davira Shafina. Mizuki Fukai. Francis Hoy. Frederick Fabio Handoka. Louis Kyle. Clarissa Magsy. Hinwa Chan Tommy. Amanda May Bound. Thule J. Snow. Justin Illick Seyfried. Alec V. Johnston. One more. Malia Nicole Woodley.
All right, so before we get to the final official big moment we've all been waiting for, the employees at Shoreline have something that we'd like to say to our almost graduates.
Congratulations, graduates! While you're moving on from Shoreline, remember that this is not an ending. Rather, this is just the beginning of the next chapter in your incredible journey. These past few years, we got to watch you shine. We got to see you develop your passions, find your purpose, and figure out how to use your unique talents to make the world better. Now we're excited for you and for your bright future ahead.
You've put in the time, you passed the exams, you've done your part, and you challenged us in return. Now it's time to celebrate your achievements. We are incredibly proud of all you have accomplished. Cherish your success and be inspired by it. Keep asking questions, keep growing, keep living into your potential. You may be graduating, but the learning never stops.
We can't wait to see you make your mark. May you always have fire in your heart to overcome your struggles, be bold enough to recognize and act on opportunities, and always surround yourself with people who love and support you. Be confident, be courageous, and believe in yourself as you follow your dreams. Don't ever doubt that you can make a difference and you were made to do great things.
Congratulations, class of 2018, and remember, fins up, all in.
And now, for the moment we've all waited for, will all our candidates for graduation please rise if able? All right, Malia, will you come forward and help us with this important tradition? Right here. On behalf of the Board of Trustees and the employees at Shoreline Community College, we hereby confer the appropriate recognition for your academic achievement. You may now move the tassel on your mortarboard from right to left, signifying your commencement. Woo! Congratulations, graduates. Congratulations, graduates. Thank you all for attending Shoreline's annual commencement. You will notice that the recessional is the opposite order of the processional. This symbolizes the change in the status of these graduates. The faculty and staff surrounded them during the ceremony, signifying our care that was given. Now, the stage party and faculty precede the graduates, indicating our support as they begin their voyage of discovery. So, congratulations to the Shoreline Community College class of 2018. And remember, everyone can be great because anyone can serve. You only need a heart full of grace and a soul generated by love. And how we do that here in Finn Nation, we say, fins up, all in. That's the Shoreline way. So, to the audience, we're going to need your help here. Please remain in the stands until the stage party, faculty, staff, and your graduates has left and exited the building. They will meet you in the Pagoda Union building called The Pub in Building 9000, where you're cordially invited to attend the student-sponsored reception. Congratulations, graduates.